Quotes from the book, Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. This book talks about the importance of set goals in this life, how important they are, how important it is to develop and be interested. Rand talks about this with an example: talented entrepreneurs who in love with their profession, real masters of their craft, but on the way there are many politicians for whom such concept of how creative work something completely incomprehensible, unnecessary and second-rate occupation. Their goal is use this someone else's work in your personal benefit. The book is very motivating self-development and show what unwillingness to develop can cause. Quotes from this book on the channel. Be wise.
Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved but never have been able to reach. Check your road and the nature of your battle. The world you desired can be won. It exists, it is real, it is possible, it is yours. If you don't know, the thing to do is not to get scared, but to learn. The man who lies to the world is the world's slave from then on. There are no white lies, there is only the blackest of destruction, and a white lie is the blackest of all. I swear by my life and my love of it, that I will never live for the sake of another man, nor ask another man to live for mine. I started my life with a single absolute: that the world was mine to shape in the image of my highest values, and never to be given up to a lesser standard, no matter how long or hard the struggle. A man's sexual choice is the result and the sum of his fundamental convictions. He will always be attracted to the woman who reflects his deepest vision of himself, the woman whose surrender permits him to experience a sense of self-esteem. Devotion to the truth is the hallmark of morality. There is no greater, nobler, more heroic form of devotion than the act of a man who assumes the responsibility of thinking. Never think of pain or danger or enemies a moment longer than is necessary to fight them. Let me give you a tip on a clue to men's characters. The man who damns money has obtained it dishonorably. The man who respects it has earned it. I never found beauty in longing for the impossible, and never found the possible to be beyond my reach. What greater wealth is there than to own your life and to spend it on growing? Every living thing must grow. It can't stand still. It must grow or perish. Live and act within the limit of your knowledge and keep expanding it to the limit of your life.
Run for your life from any man who tells you that money is evil. That sentence is the leper spell of an approaching looter. There is no such thing as a lousy job. Only lousy men who don't care to do it. Joy is the goal of existence, and joy is not to be stumbled upon, but to be achieved, and the act of treason is to let its vision drown in the swamp of the moment's torture. If one's actions are honest, one does not need the predated confidence of others. I take no pride in hopeless longing. I wouldn't hold a stillborn aspiration. I'd want to have it, to make it, to live it. What is man? He's just a collection of chemicals with delusions of grandeur. Ask yourself whether the dream of heaven and greatness should be left waiting for us in our graves, or whether it should be ours here and now, and on this earth. Money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. Power lust is a weed that grows only in the vacant lots of an abandoned mind. What is morality? She asked. Judgment to distinguish right and wrong, vision to see the truth, and courage to act upon it, dedication to that which is good, integrity to stand by the good at any price. It's not that I don't suffer, it's that I know the unimportance of suffering. I know that pain is to be fought and thrown aside, not to be accepted as part of one's soul, and as a permanent scar across one's view of existence. It is not advisable to venture unsolicited opinions. You should spare yourself the embarrassing discovery of their exact value to your listener.
It was the greatest sensation of existence, not to trust but to know. But there are people who'll try to hurt you through the good they see in you, knowing that it's the good, needing it and punishing you for it. Don't let it break you when you discover that. I do not think that tragedy is our natural fate, and I do not live in chronic dread of disaster. It is no happiness, but suffering that I consider unnatural. It is not success, but calamity that I regard as the abnormal exception in human life. Until and unless you discover that money is the root of all good, you ask for your own destruction. When money ceases to become the means by which men deal with one another, then men become the tools of other men. Blood, whips and guns or dollars. Take your choice, there is no other. Happiness is a state of non-contradictory joy, a joy without penalty or guilt, a joy that does not clash with any of your values, and does not work for your own destruction, not the joy of escaping from your mind, but of using your mind's fullest power, not the joy of faking reality, but of achieving values that are real, not the joy of a drunkard, but of a producer. If the rest of them can survive only by destroying us, then why should we wish them to survive? Nothing can make it moral to destroy the best. One can be punished for being good. One can be penalized for ability. We are born into this world unarmed. Our mind is our only weapon. There is nothing of any importance in life except how well you do your work. Nothing. Only that. Whatever else you are, will come from that. It's the only measure of human value. All the codes of ethics they'll try to ram down your throat are just so much paper money put out by swindlers to fleece people of their virtues. The code of competence is the only system of morality that's on a gold standard. He never felt loneliness except when he was happy. When you have made evil the means of survival, do not expect men to remain good. Do not expect them to stay moral and lose their lives for the purpose of becoming the fodder of the immoral. Do not expect them to produce, when production is punished and looting rewarded. Do not ask, who is destroying the world? You are. She was incapable of love for any object, not of her own choice, and she resented anyone's demand for it. I think it's a sin to sit down and let your life go without making a try for it. When I die, I hope to go to heaven, whatever that is, and I want to be able to afford the price of admission.
Thanks for watching. Watch this video, feed on the energy of great people, which is enclosed in the lines of these wonderful quotes. Be wise.